Okay, I'm ready.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to TCM. I am Ben Mankiewicz. We are celebrating our 25th anniversary this month, and we're doing it with 25 guest programmers, all fans. They all sent in submissions. And with us right now, Karen Snow, one of the winners, one of the 25 people helping us celebrate our 25th anniversary. What movie did you pick?
The Adventures of Robin Hood.
And who did you dedicate it to?
To my mother, because she was the reason I saw Adventures of Robin Hood in the first place.
She took you to it, or was it on television?
She let me stay up late to see the late movie.
Yeah.
And it happened to be The Adventures of Robin Hood. What she actually said was, you can stay until your dad gets out of the bathroom. And so that, okay, I started watching, and within like 3 minutes, I was praying. It was a really good book he had in there.
Right.
I didn't want him to come out of the bathroom. I wanted to see that whole movie.
I hope Dad's sick. Yeah. And did you get to see most of it? Did you talk him into letting you see most of it?
No, unfortunately not. I got to about the scene where he comes in with the deer and throws it down, you know, and that goes down. Then I was sent to bed, but I snuck back.
Oh, you did?
I did. Right. Then I watched most of it, I think, before I got caught again and had to go to bed.
Sent off to bed. Yeah. Your father, though, was a music composer, yeah?
He was a composer, arranger, and orchestrator. And his career eventually led him into commercials. But he started off in that area. He worked a lot with performers. And he met my mother at the Tammerman camp. That was a real meeting ground for, it was from where Show of Shows came out of. And in the third summer that he was up there, my mother, who was a dancer, came, and that's where they met. So
your father was a composer, your mother a dancer.
Yes.
And you developed, certainly, you got his ear, right, for music, because you noticed the scores of pictures almost before anything else.
Yes, I did. I loved the score of Robin Hood, and that just sort of like led me to really paying attention to music scores in general. I heard Lawrence of Arabia on TV the first time they broadcast it, and I basically like stretched out on the rug and just let it wash over me. It was the best.
Yeah, well, just the way you described that, you said, I heard Lawrence of Arabia the first time it was on television.
That's true, yeah. I didn't see it on the big screen until quite a bit afterwards, and you can't stretch out on the floor of a movie theater, but you kind of feel like doing it anyway.
Tell me a little bit about your mom.
She was a beautiful, wonderful dancer. She started in the late 1940s into the 50s. She did Broadway shows, she did a lot of TV, and worked until I think the early 60s, where she taught for a little while as well. And
was she passionate in conversation about these movies? I mean, would she get into it to talk to you about classic films?
She really did. I mean, her hero was Betty Davis. She told me she wrote to Betty as a girl, and she got a letter back. I don't know if it was a real thing or a studio, but she loved that letter, and so she was a big, big fan of Betty Davis. And we used to go to movies together and to shows. It was just the two of us a lot of the time, just really, really enjoying all that.
Do you have an equivalent of her love of Betty Davis?
Like that? I have an actor that I really love like that, Lon Chaney Sr.
Oh, really?
From the silent era.
Oh, yeah, and we were speaking at dinner last night that Lon Chaney Sr., you wrote a thesis on Lon Chaney Sr.
I got my MA in Cinema Studies at NYU, Tisch School of the Arts, and I did my thesis, my MA, on Lon Chaney Sr. and his contributions. And I'm not just talking about his horror roles. It was just how he moved, his body language, especially with his hands. You can see it in Claude Rains' performance when he redid The Phantom. And you can totally see the connection, I think, when you look at moments like that Chaney just sort of handed down to other actors over the years.
You mentioned Claude Rains, part of a really wonderful cast here in The Adventures of Robin Hood.
Oh, everybody's wonderful. Yeah. I think everybody was just having so much fun. To me, that's what it looks like up on the screen. They're just having a blast.
And after the movie, I want you to tell me about Errol Flynn hitting on your mom.
My pleasure.
All right. All right. Stay tuned for that. Released by Warner Brothers in 1938, a movie my guest Karen Snow is dedicating to her mother, Maxine. This is The Adventures of Robin Hood.